core values that Dr. Adisan really did put in place for the organization really stuck out to me and helped me grow as an individual within the college space and understanding more of there is the opportunity to, one, connect back to my heritage, but also to push the next step forward of being proud of who I am in my heritage, but also showing that to our college university. ADSA's role was a very interesting role. One thing that we advocated for was bringing the multicultural representation to Reinhardt University. So one of the biggest things was that every year we hosted a multicultural festival where students of the different nations were able to showcase their foods. Students who were in the World Studies programs actually did projects on it.
And it really just brings a piece of the outside into Reinhardt. And that's one of the great things about what we do here. Basically, students can, whether bringing food, performing. So this is a nice little peek into what the world has to offer besides what we have in our little community that we have now.
But another big thing that we did was actually start with Africa Read. I actually was the co-president at the time. Originally, I was just a regular member my freshman year, and then sophomore throughout senior year, I became a co-leader with my co-leader, Deborah Dodd. There was just an outpouring in Waleska to donate to that book drive. When we talked with the student council members, they were also advocating as well for books to be donated. And really it was a central donation system really that brought together the university.
I feel excited and proud about what our nonprofit organization, Nigeria Connects, has been able to achieve in Nigeria. I have a very interesting background. My name is Abiola Fashino, Esquire, and I'm known as Evangelist BB. I do run an online Christian television, 247 streaming live worldwide. I am a TV and social media coach, and I also am an author. Before then, I had met Pastor Tunji Adesheson at the Nigerian Ministers Fellowship. The Lord said, you have to work with him because he's Nigeria Connects. Leave all the TV. You're going to work with Pastor Tunji, and you're going to help Nigeria. I said, what?
I was born in Nigeria, 1st of July, 1968. I had my first degree in the University of Ibadan in special education, speech and language pathology. And I also have my master's degree in speech and language pathology. And after I completed the master's degree, I decided to go ahead and start a PhD program. I was working at Georgia Perimeter College, Claxton campus, as a disability specialist. And then I saw an opening at Reinhardt University, director position, and I decided to apply.
Tunji has been a welcome adjustment, a welcome addition, I should say, to Reinhardt University. About 12 years ago, we were looking for someone who'd be in charge of the academic support office that works with students with documented learning disabilities, and we were lucky enough to hire Tunji in 2012. But he's been a wonderful addition to Reinhardt. My name is Robin McNally, and I'm a math teacher here at Reinhardt, and I also work in ASO with Tunji. Tunji has been, like I said, a real asset to Reinhardt, and definitely a real asset to the African Descendant Student Association and to Africa Reads. Like I mentioned before earlier, well over 100,000 textbooks have been going out to different organizations, and those organizations include elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, prisons, and orphanage. So it's getting textbooks in the hands of people who really need them.
they wanted us to start a student-led group of African descendants. So they asked me to be the advisor, and that was how I started, with the African Descendants Student Association. And when I became the advisor, the group decided that they were going to do a project. They were going to start something to give back to motherland, according to them. They just don't want to be a club. They want to be a club that makes impact. So they decided to start collecting books and then donating the books to Africa. And so our first project that we did was to Nigeria. We picked a school in Nigeria and we connected with the university, and then we were able to raise 4,000 books. Books kept coming, people started dropping their books. Every time we go to the boxes are full. And the students were collecting the books and putting it together, and then we boxed them, and we also stamped them with Reinhardt University stamp, and then shipped it to Nigeria. In order to sustain the project, I decided to set up a non-profit called Nigeria Connects.
I am Shannon Gibson. I am the Director of Library Services in the Hill Freeman Library at Reinhardt University. I couldn't have been happier to meet him because he is very dedicated to our students and to what he's doing across the world. And I really am glad to know him.
My name is Christy Moss. I work at Pickens High School. I'm the media specialist there, which is a fancy word for librarian. And I have also, so some of the books from the last few shipments not only came from my school, but other schools in our county. We have a pretty small county, and we have one high school, one middle school, one junior high, and then we have 3 elementary schools. So I believe all of the schools have participated with giving the donated books. We had a student, I believe she was student teaching, going to school at Reinhardt, and she told me about Tunji's program. So I think I must have sent him an email inquiring about it. And at that time we had tons and tons of books. Well, I just think it's a wonderful thing that he is doing, his organization is doing, and I'm so glad that we can be a part of it.
I'm Kenneth Wheeler, and I'm the Dean for the College of Humanities, Sciences, and Technology. I'm also a professor of history. Well, I just think that, it reminds us that we live in a very large world, and we need to be just as encouraging of excellent education as we can for all people. Some people greatly desire an education, and they have trouble for all kinds of reasons getting access to that education. And so to be able to be part of setting up libraries in educational institutions in Africa that's just profoundly important for all of us, that happened, and that it happened in Africa and in other places as well.
The passion has always been the same, but he's very responsive to a need. I am married to Pastor Tunji Adesesan, the president of Nigeria Connect, and we are blessed with 4 beautiful children.
Books for Africa is in fact one of Tunji's prime resources for getting these books into Nigeria via Nigeria Connect. In the summer of 2021, we had just moved to Marietta in January. Adetunji came and volunteered here, and not long he started connecting the dots between what books here can mean and in the hands of the schools and the prisons and the nursing schools and prison libraries in Nigeria. I came in contact in 2021 with Nigeria Connects via Adetunji Adesesan, who is a professor and counselor at large at Reinhardt University. He came in to volunteer that summer knowing that he had kids that were going into college and he had students that he was in charge of that might be interested in seeing what can get built with volunteers. He saw these books, and especially the medical books, how they could impact the 240 nursing colleges across Nigeria. He says they are grossly underserved. He also said he had a good experience with introducing books into the prison libraries. He says that there is zero margin of error for ordering the books into a readable form into the prison libraries. And the value of introducing the books into the prison libraries is because the prisoners learn while they're incarcerated.
I am the international ambassador for Nigeria Connects. My main thing is the communication and the opening of doors. And I believe I will release to you what I call our report card as of the end of 2023, end of last year, the universities that we've been able to work with, the colleges of education. We have colleges of hygiene too. We've done secondary schools. We've done universities, and then the Nigerian nursing schools. Now, for us, it is whoever opens their door. We make it open.